Okay, I'll start with the weekend first. It was really good to be back in San Diego. Lexi had quite a big contingency there. I got to see former players, coaches, tour the old school I went to, and shot hoops in the old gym I used to play basketball in. So, but USD's changed quite a bit, and we had a great match with them Saturday night. You know, being able to pull that out when it didn't look like we were going to win that match, hopefully is going to give our team some confidence and know that they can be pretty resilient and fight through it. And USD is a very good team, and that's another team that, you know, they'll be in the tournament, and I'm sure they'll compete for their championship in their conference. And so it was a very challenging weekend, and we feel pretty good about coming out of that 2-0.
You tweeted a photo of all the fans. What did it mean to have that fan support out in San Diego?
Well, I knew we would have some fans. I didn't know we'd have that many, but I think a lot of our fans, it was San Diego. So now I'm starting to think when we schedule places, if we go to cool places, Hawaii, San Diego, I don't know, Seattle, Austin, you know, our fans will travel, because I saw a lot of fans. They brought their kids, and so I think it's just like, hey, we're going to take a quick vacation to San Diego, watch the Huskers play, and go to the zoo, but we definitely outdrew San Diego. So Husker Nation. So, but yeah, it was, and I think they all stayed at our hotel too, because there was just Husker people everywhere. So it was cool.
How much fun was that for you, just to be back
It
home?
was, you know, everything's changed so much that it kind of blew me away. But USD, you know, it's a major college now. I mean, they have the athletic director came and talked to me for a while I was scouting the San Diego match, and he's very proud of their football program, which is a non-scholarship, and they do very well and beat scholarship programs. Their facilities are incredible. The campus is incredible, and they've just, you know, it's now $65,000 a year to go there. I think when I went there it was like $2,000. So it's changed so much, but that was really good to be back. And then the school I started teaching at and coaching right up the street, I went and took a tour there, and they've completely changed that campus as well. So it meant a lot, and it's cool to be back there, but I feel like I bleed Husker.
What specifically turned that match Saturday night in your favor, you think?
I'm still trying to figure that out. When we got to I don't know how we won the fourth game. We just kind of, didn't look good, and we pulled that out. And then fifth game, we did some good things. We did some not so good things, but we made a couple plays. And, you know, again, I'll credit Lauren. Had a great fifth game. Jazz had a great fifth game. Nicklin kind of went to another level. And Callie had a huge kill for us, but we executed well, and we just got a couple points ahead, and we're able to keep that cushion and keep the pressure on San Diego. So we had no errors in Game 5. So I think we had 3,582 in the first 3 games, but we had 0 errors in Game 5. So again, it's on the road, and these guys are learning how to compete.
Lexi's son, I mean, playing in front of, you know, most of her friends and family, she had a great game. How did you see her sort of respond throughout everything?
My question to her is, can she play this entire season as inspired as she was this weekend? And I think I saw another level of her, how she played and how she competed, and it was a lot of fun to see, and I know that was really important for her to go back there. Her family thanked us for coming back to San Diego, but she was at another level.
Coach, what did you learn about this team?
Well, the thing that I saw that I complimented them on after the match was I just saw how, when we got to the 5th game, how unified and together they were and how much they were playing for each other. And it was was pretty cool to see this. Like, we're going to do this together, and just how tight they pulled together. That's the one thing I learned. And we can play at a really high level when we're dialed in.
In the summer and the preseason in week 1, what did you think of your team as passers?
I'm never happy with passing. It's always a work in progress, and you can never be good enough passing. But we got to try to continue to be more consistent.
So were you surprised by the passing on Saturday then, or not?
Well, San Diego served really tough, and but we're going to have to learn to match that as passers. So no, we did not pass well. We passed about the same as San Diego, so we served them tough as well. But you know, we got to get better by the Big Ten.
You mentioned Callie in set 5. Is she improving at the rate you'd like her to?
When Callie decides to turn it on, she can go to another level. And the question is, how do we get that switch going all the time? And Game 5, she did, and so she's kind of her own worst enemy. She starts thinking too much, and it kind of slows her down. But she unleashed in Game 5, and you know, I know when we were in Asia, I saw her play 2 of the best matches I've ever seen her play. So she's starting to strive toward another level. The deal is that I always talk to them about is, can you do it every day, every match? Is that going to be your new standard, or do you revert back? And so that's her challenge. But Riley came in, did a really nice job. So we got some competition there.
We talked a lot about take that trip for Lexi, but overall, what kind of your approach for your purpose for the non-conference scheduling? I mean, how do you balance the challenging versus giving the teams to learn about themselves? How do you approach the scheduling part of?
Well, when we travel, we go somewhere where our players are from. So next year we're going to go to Dallas because we have 2 players from Dallas. So that's our goal, is to try to go somewhere, and then we got to find somebody that'll play us. That's always the hardest thing, is finding people to play us. But that's our goal when we travel. And then we're entering next year into a 4-year deal with Stanford, Louisville, and Kentucky. So we'll be each year you have 1 home and 1 away. So we'll always be traveling to either Stanford or to Louisville or Kentucky for the next 4 years. And that's just part of the agreement. Nicklin's from close to Louisville, so we get back for that. And that's the other philosophy behind our non-conference.
John, what's your reaction to the weekend college volleyball? There's a lot of upsets and a lot of wild matches.
I've been saying college volleyball is getting more and more competitive. There's more and more talent across the board. There's more teams that you know, think they can win, you know, and so you better bring it every weekend, you know. And then look at Creighton. You know, we beat Creighton here in 4. They didn't play great. We played okay. You know, and look at the weekend they just had. So I'm pretty fired up about, you know, how Nebraska's representing college volleyball, but anyway, you got to bring it every week, so every match, because it's getting very, very competitive. And you know, look at Marquette, Baylor. Some of these teams now are kind of merging out of the shadows a little bit. They're going to be big time teams this year.
Coach, just kind of a strange question. How much do you think beach volleyball has changed, you know, the volleyball that you guys are playing now, in both the skill level as well as maybe the strategy?
Yeah, I think it's a different game, but you get a lot of touches. You have to do everything, and so I think that's what's good for our players, that they have to do everything. They can't specialize in beach. And also, it's in the sand, so they have to learn how to, you can't move your feet as well, and you can't jump as high. So you got to really, it really helps your volleyball IQ on how to play the game. So we're big believers in beach, and thinks it's a big part of our program. And, you know, I'm thankful all the time. ESPN's calling. Maybe it's for my fantasy football team. But I'm really thankful that we built that indoor sand court. when we built Hendricks, and I don't think we ever envisioned we'd get that much use out of it, how much we use it. But anyway, it's a big part of our program.
What are the mental benefits of being pushed early in your season, the 5-set match?
Well, you're always, as a coach, you always want to see your team push through something, get to the top of the mountain, push through a tough time, and because that's what builds their resiliency a little bit and gives them that deep confidence. You can't create that in practice. You can tell them how great they are or how well they're doing, but until they go through it. So you're looking for big wins early in the year to help build that confidence. So anytime you can get those, they're big confidence builders, especially for as young a team as we have.
John, what about the Mariners Challenge this weekend? Can you talk about those teams?
Yeah, it's three what we think are NCAA tournament teams: High Point, Denver, and Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount, Natalie Morgan, who used to work with us as assistant coach there. She was one of our grad managers. So they're coming back, and they're from the same conference as San Diego, so we kind of know what to expect there, but they're very competitive. Denver has picked to win the Summit League, and High Point has been in the tournament, and so it's going to be 3 matches. It's crammed into less than 24 hours, or about 26 hours, because the football is at night. So it'll be a challenge. We're going to try to probably use more players, just try to pace ourselves through that. And Friday matinee, so hopefully people take off work.
John, how do you make sure your team doesn't look forward to that Stanford match, knowing that you got 3?
Oh, they won't be looking forward to Stanford match. No. I don't think these guys. I think they can't even look past the next 20 minutes. So they're totally in the moment in their lives. I don't worry about that at all.
Yeah, how does 23 matches in about 26 hours, how does that help this team?
Well, it's just part of college volleyball, because these teams that come here want to play 3 matches because they're trying to get matches in. So that's kind of what we have to do. And because football got moved tonight, so instead of playing Saturday night, we'll go in the afternoon. We've done it before, and it's a great sports weekend.